Okay, today I bought a new car, well, a new ute actually. Don't know if you're going to be able to see these photos. It's a ute. It has a V6 in it, fuel injected, twin overhead cams, massive amount of horsepower. Um, Absolute beautiful ute. It's the engine bay. It's done 151,000 kilometres. The back of it. Get the way. Yeah. Rex was telling me that they used to make these in Canada or America or whatever, and they stopped making them. I don't know why. They're just the best things. It's the back of it. I don't know. I think I've showed that one already. That's what the tailgate up. That's what the interior looks like. It's a 4-speed auto, electric seats, cruise control, aircon, you name it, it's got it. And this is looking through the passenger side door into the interior. And as you can see, it is mint, absolutely mint. They're selling for around about 15 to 16 grand still in Australia. And I picked this one up for, they wanted 13 or 14 for it or whatever. And over a couple of months I've, been in contact with them and whatever, and I got them down a bit each time and whatever, and I finally got the 10 grand and said, well, next week I'll have the money, I'll give you 10 for it. Yeah, no worries, we'll get back to us, yep. So I offered them 9.5, and they wouldn't come at it, so I ended up getting it for 9,750, which, is about 6 or 7 grand cheaper than what they usually are, so I'm pretty pleased. They've obviously cleaned it a bit, but when I get it home, I'll give it a good cut and polish, and because sitting in the car yard like that doesn't do the paint any good. And give it a good wax and clean the interior out, even though it doesn't really need to, and just get it so it feels right for me, I guess. And then take it over and get it registered, and then sit either side and probably drive it on the occasion if I'm not riding my bike, and then I'll start on the white one and do the white one up, and get it all clean, ready for sale. Whoever gets it's going to get himself a cheap, good ute, because I spent heaps on it, just way too much. Absolutely way too much. But I think it's like most people with no money. They'll buy a cheap car, and then they'll spend a bit here, spend a bit there, trying to make it better. As the money comes in and whatever. People like me can never ever afford to go out and buy the best rig on the road to start with, because we never had any money and we don't ever gonna see any, I guess. So. But because even 10 grand, it's hard to save 10 grand. So anyway, it cost me 550, I think it was, to get it on the transport down here. I expect I'll see it sometime next week. And when it gets down here, I'll get the video out and give you a going over of it. It's got the hard lid on the back, and it's got stocky rims, which I don't give a rat's about. I'm 51 years old soon. I'm past the days of looking super cool. Mind you, they would look pretty great with a set of mags on it. So I'm open to suggestion, but if I find any. Um, I always said to people I'm about my shoulder size. I'm 2'6" across the shoulders now. If I straightened up, like as you can see, I'm a ginormous guy across the chest. Like I'm 2'6" across the chest. I stand at 6'2", and massive, massive guy. People. Actually, someone said the other day. I said, what's the community think of me? Because they have obviously had their bit of a talk about everyone. And the person said, well, you're a really massive guy, and you got no hair, and you got a bike. Oh, everyone's scared of you. I thought, well, that's wonderful. No wonder I never get too many women. They're all scared of me, like. I still got the odd one, but not often. Oh yeah, and I also bought a new motor for me air conditioner. What else did I buy? Oh, a box of tools, whippersnipper, a couple other things. The bulk of the dough I'm going to hang on to and stick it in the bank and have fun looking at it because, like I said, it's real hard to get 10 grand again if you go and blow it. It's funny that my nephew, he gave me he was about to say, Uncle Rod, I got a loan, and in no time it was spent. And I said, hey mate, woo, that's you. No, I was taught differently than that. I was taught that if you get a dollar, it was hard to get it. So hang on to the bastard, because it's easy to squander it, but it's hard to get it. So yeah. My father always said that always had cash for something. It's like the Ute had the cash, so I bought it. If you don't have the cash, you don't go and buy something. Like get yourself into debt and into the shit. Worse and worse. I was thinking I haven't really got anything funny to tell you today. Except for I'm through the jeans with the arse out of the strides away. When I'm over getting the Red Ute registered, I'm gonna go to the clothes shop and buy some new jeans and some clothes and shit. You get so I don't know, wearing things like this old black top I got here. I've had it for a million years, and it's just comfortable, and it's got holes in it, and it's real shitty and everything, but it's just comfortable, and it's hard getting rid of the old gear that's comfortable. I watch a guy that he's always on about how the Jews are wrecking the world and whatever else. You know, they are, and no one's going to bloody jump up and be counted and knock them down and stop them from doing it. So I can't see the point in him getting all stressed out and sick from, like he looks dreadful because of all this shit that he's thinking about and talking about all the time. And I think it's a bit of a case as true that if you don't think about something until it gets there, you're a lot healthier for it. Like, you stay sort of healthy and not get crook all the time because you're worrying about what some other bastard's doing. The only thing I worry about it's like this new Ebola thing. I think I spoke about it last video. All it is AIDS, basically. What happened was they found a cure for AIDS, so they had to now, because AIDS actually killed a lot of people, so they needed something to continue to kill people. So what they would have done is took the AIDS virus back into the lab and changed something in it. So then it'd start a new age, and they called it Ebola, or they call it. And and they're saying, oh, President Obama, he's not quarantining everything quick enough. Well, of course he's not, because he's one of the dudes. Well, he is a puppet that plays or gets his strings pulled from the shadow government behind the government in America, would actually want everyone dead. So of course he's not going to jump in and save everyone, because he gave his oath that he'd kill everyone in America and in the world as well. What sort of bothers me a bit, though, it's been a known fact that the people of America haven't got a say in their vote over who gets into president, yet they're all voting still, 30 years on, and they're still voting. I seen a document when bloody Obama went into power, that he'd also be sitting the second term. Now, I knew that how many years before he got his second term? And as it was written down, he got in again for the second term, because the Australian people's votes don't count. They just don't count. So they're sitting there voting in this president that they think they're going to get in, and they didn't really. They put in whoever they felt like it. Just looking at my nose. They say that your nose keeps growing as you get older. It gets bigger and bigger, and so do your ears. In a car accident I had a few years ago, I had my nose smashed, and it was bent that way. I think you can see it's bent that way a bit. They wanted to re-break it and set it back straight again, but I thought, it shouldn't make any difference. But I've noticed now, as I got older, it's getting really flared and big because of the break. Or maybe I should have had it done. I would have had a real nice little nose still. I'm one of those bloody snots up my nose on this side that's caught on. No, it's not on that side. This side caught on a hair, but right up the back there, and it's how it gets wrapped around the hair, and then it dries out and pulls the fucking hair, and it's annoying the piss out of me. I'd love to be able to stick my finger up my snoz and drag it out of there, or what do you do? Quickly turn I suppose when I learn to edit, I can just do what I fucking like, and no one's gonna be any the wiser. I'm a bit worried about learning how to do editing, because being right brain, reading things drives me absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Oh. Well, I might tune off now and go play some Dungeon Keeper, one of my favourite games. Rate, subscribe, do all the stuff. If you're interested, if you want to hear some more of my ramblings, I'm sure they'll get better over the time. So, I'll catch you later. Cheers. And remember, there's no such thing as conspiracy theorists. That was a made-up thing by the Illuminati to stop the people, or the sheeple of the world, starting to believe in people that know the truth, which are basically conspiracy theorists. And on that note, I'll see you later.